Welcome back. It's more Nerd Radio on the podcast page, WRF.com. It's part of the BPod Studios network. And, of course, on your social media at Nerd Radio 101. You all right over there, Al?
I'm good. I was just trying to cover up my ass when I got back into the chair.
I could kind of, like, I've got the video preview up in the window with the chat, so I could kind of see you, like, maneuvering.
I was trying to,
You were trying to get in the chair without going, ugh.
Yeah, well, I'm trying not to make noise. I am getting fatter right now, so the shirt's not covering as much.
And I can expose yourself.
Yeah, I can only rely so much on James' discretion.
Hey, I've confessed. I took care of you during the editing of a video earlier.
But how many times are you going to let me get away with that?
You're a very smart man, Al. You got your freebie.
Yeah.
So for the last 2 weeks or so, I've been playing Final Fantasy 15 ever since I finished Spider-Man.
Are you liking that? Because
I don't know. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
Because I didn't play it. You've definitely logged more time than I have, but
I looked last night when I was sitting there playing it. I'm about at the 19-hour mark. And
yeah, a lot more time than me.
Okay, first of all, the gameplay itself is not your traditional JRPG Final Fantasy gameplay. Like, it feels like they were trying to simulate what it's like to play World of Warcraft or one of the Final Fantasy MMOs. Like, all the fights against the monsters are kind of, they take a while and they're epic, and you could die in any given fight kind of thing, depending on where you go. Also, if you remember the old Final Fantasies, you would have sections of the map while you were wandering around, and then, like, you knew if you crossed that bridge, you had to be a certain level.
Yeah.
And that does not exist in this game. I have wandered into monsters that are way too powerful for me more than once. And I don't know that I enjoy that. But also,
I think that happened to me when I was trying to play Skyrim for a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
You know.
But there's also this, like, there's a big epic fantasy story going on. You're playing, you're these four dudes that look like they walked out of a Hot Topic, and you're driving a car around the countryside. You're on a road trip, but one of them is supposed to be the prince of this kingdom. And early in the game,
Prince of Hot Topic?
The Prince of Hot Topic land, I guess. I don't know. But early in the game, you find out through the news that's coming in that an empire has assaulted the kingdom that he's from while he's out on this road trip. So you can't go back. So you have to start finding people that made it out of the city and finding out how you're going to, get your revenge or whatever and go back. And there's these 12 mystic weapons you find throughout the countryside or something like that. That's the main story of the game. I've been playing for 18 hours, and I swear to God, nothing story related has happened in about 6 hours because I've just been running errands.
You need a strategy guide, my friend.
I've been collecting vegetables and hunting down monsters and getting gemstones for this dude with a forget about it accent that makes jewelry for me. But that's been going on for like 6 hours, and that's how I've been leveling up.
So it sounds like instead of Final Fantasy 15, you're just playing a game called Jewelry Slave.
It's something like that.
Yeah, it's
weird. It does not feel like a traditional Final Fantasy, and maybe that's because the last one I played was like 9.
Yeah.
Or 10, but I don't
you're clearly
know.
You're not hating it though, because you're 19 hours into it. Now you could see a 50-hour game to the end just because,
right?
But
I feel like if that game doesn't grab you in the first 45 minutes, you're out.
Well, I think that's exactly what happened to me in Final Fantasy 15. It was weird. I did play it,
and I feel like anybody who had that experience, I cannot say like, oh, you really should have stuck with it. Like I remember when 12 came out on the PlayStation 2, one of the stories was that, like, if you said after the first like 20 hours, the game really picks up. I'm like, no, I'm not paying the game for 20 hours and not liking it so that it can get better.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about a lot of TV programs.
Right, for sure.
Like Game of Thrones. You just got to get through the first season, and then it's killer the rest of the way. So I have to invest like 10 hours of my time to be bored.
And see, I had a reverse experience with Game of Thrones. I really liked the first season, and then it just got too weird for me. And I think I had trouble tracking it week to week. Now that it's done, I would like to go back and try it again, since I could watch the entire thing episode to episode. But because that's how I watched the first season, and I liked it. First season was out. Second season had not aired yet, so I got to go first 10 episodes. Boom, 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 boom. Loved it, and then they lost me.
Right.
I don't know how you could stay awake. Ooh.
All right. Well, Robbie's in the chat. He's getting really antsy, so I think we need to get out of here.
Delete this.
We got 4 minutes.
I'm going to delete your drops,
4 minutes, Robbie.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys, as always, for checking in here on Twitch. Is he in the window? Is he giving you the stink eye?
No, that's
here comes Norris.
Yeah.
Now we're Now we're in trouble.
Oh no, we're being evicted.
Now Norris is yelling at us. He's never been on Nerd Radio.
This is his only appearance.
Came in here specifically.
He's looking right at me when he says out now.
Yeah, well.
You're.
Oh.
He's just, he's giving a shake hands. Just,
He has listened to the show before.
Don't make eye contact now.
Thank you guys for listening to us on the podcast page or wherever you're getting the podcast. Keep throwing the rate and reviews at us. Last time I looked on Apple Tunes or whatever they're calling it now, we had like 20 reviews.
Wow.
And only
Apple Tunes.
One of them's a 4-star. The other's all 5 stars. So thank you guys for so much for that stuff. And James has been super busy the last week adding shows to our YouTube channel at Nerd Radio 101. So if you want to go there and subscribe and check stuff out, we are also...
fuckers, go subscribe to that shit.
We almost got through a show without DMX.
I almost dropped an F-bomb earlier, and I didn't, but yeah.
All right, we're out of here. Thank you guys, as always. Thank you guys, Twitch, or for Checkpoint XP for letting us get in your studio. Bye-bye!